Oh, is this working? Is this working? Okay, I'm gonna try. Okay, we need to make a new playlist. Okay. Now, I want to see if there's a live chat. Yes, there is. Oh, hello. I really have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try to figure this out. I've got Blender connected. Let's see if I can switch device. Okay. Wonder if anyone's watching. If anyone's watching, just type something in the chat. I want to see if I can see it. Okay. No, 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 no. I want to edit. Edit. I'm going to try this. Oh, hello. We've got 4 playbacks. We've got 3 concurrent viewers. Should I try drawing something? Okay. We got. I'm going to reload this. Rough sketch. Seriously, this is the first time I've done this. So if anyone's watching, just comment and I'm going to see if I can see the live chat. I am such a noob at this. see what I can. Oh, hello. I see one. Yes, awesome. Okay, cool. Oh, we have a few viewers. Awesome. Awesome. Seriously, guys, this is the first time I've done this, and I don't know how long I'm going to be on for. But look, let's see how we go. I'm going to. Oh boy, I don't even know if I'm recording this. I'm doing this through OBS, and so I'm going to see if I can do a start recording. Okay, I can do that, and it hasn't stopped the stream, so that's good. All right, so I'm going to assume that OBS is just running in the background here. Hi, everyone who said hi. Oh, wow. Hey. All right. So, can you all see Magneto here? It's the rough sketch. I'm just going to assume that you can. Awesome. All right. So, what I'm going to be doing today or tonight, I'm in Australian time. I'm just going to be recording this while I draw, and then I'm going to take this recording and I'm going to speed it up so that you guys can get a nice speed paint. This is going to be the third speed paint that I've done this month. The first one, actually, should I show you? Yes. Why don't I show you the first one that I did? I'm just going to open up Blender again and see if this shows up. Does it show up? No, it does not. Oh, hello. I can pause and I can not pause. There it is. There it is. Okay, so this was the first speed paint I did today. No, I want this one. I've got a bit of a delay here. Oh, yay, we've got another Australian. Hi, Philip. All right, let's see here. Um, boy, I'm trying to get this. What can I show? Sorry about the fluffing around, guys. I'm trying to figure this out as I go along, and I don't want to enable the webcam. I just want to do the sketching thing. So I might need to open that up in. Okay, I'm not going to save this. I'm just going to save this file here. Let's open up a recent. Let's see if this works. Right, so this is the Sabretooth picture that I did earlier today. I really hope you guys can see this. I should be seeing a preview here, but I'm just not seeing one yet. Ah, really trying to figure out this thing. Hi, Jasper. Oh, J Jasper. Sorry. Yes, in the Netherlands. Awesome. All right. If this doesn't update to what I'm seeing on my screen, I am going to have to just start drawing so you guys don't. Thanks, Bashans. That's awesome compliment. Okay. Oh wow, I got like 23 viewers. I better do something. I really better. Okay. Gosh, it says excellent connect. I can't figure out this interface. I've got the live chat going. Settings, webcam, manage. Uh, freaking out a little here. Live redirect. Thanks, Bron. so much encouragement. All right, in that case, all right, let's see. Let's see. Can you all see Magneto? Okay, if you guys can see Magneto, that's awesome. I'm going to do the refined sketch here. I'm just going to label this layer refined. I'm going to bring the opacity down on this layer here, and I'm going to select a blue pencil. Now, I did this with the mirror modifier. I wonder, should I do the same thing? Yes, I've got a mirror modifier. So if I... Okay, that's going to do it. That's going to be... All right. Can you guys... Can you... Oh, hello. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Buffering. Okay, I'm loving this commenting, so you guys can sort of keep me alive here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with, hey, Charon, how you doing? Wow, he's jumped on. Right, I'm going to start with the refined sketch. So what I've got here is a basic sketch of Magneto. That's on my rough sketch layer. And what I'm hoping to do in the next hour is to... Oh, hello. What have I got here? I've got some guides on. No, I don't need guides. What I need to do is get some refined sketches down there. Now, already I see that I'm going to have to shift some verts into shape here. This always looks better on the speed up. Trust me on this. You know, this is always why I'm afraid of doing live streams. Hi, Paul. I'm from India. Can Blender be compared with Photoshop? Short answer, no. Because look, if there was an Adobe product I would compare Blender to, it would be Adobe Illustrator. That's simply because it's much more like vector drawing than bitmap drawing. And I know you can do both in Photoshop. Let's see if we can get some sort of flow going here. Let's get this chin down. Photoshop can handle vector, but the way you sort of want to think about it is that you're working with points or strokes and fills. And the program from Adobe that works the best with strokes and fills is definitely Illustrator. So if anything that Blender was going to be good at, it would be comparable to something like Illustrator. Probably, man, I'm freaking out here, to be honest. I know I'm talking into the ether here while I'm sketching, and I'm going to try to make as fast a job of this as I possibly can. So let's see here. In terms of illustration, let's see, Rohit. Yes, in terms of illustration, yes, definitely Illustrator. What I think I've sort of explained why that is. And that is because, look, if I zoom in here, right? Oh boy, this stream is really lagging, or at least my stream is lagging. I really hope you see what I'm drawing while I'm talking. Because what I'm seeing is something from like a minute ago. And what I really, really want to see is... No data. YouTube is going to receive the stream. This is believed to be it. Says my streaming status is excellent. That's cool. Okay, I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to assume that you are you are seeing my stream as I draw it. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. So I'm hoping you're seeing me drawing Magneto. Now, what I was trying to explain here is that the similarity between Blender Grease Pencil and Illustrator is this. So currently in something called draw mode. If I go into edit mode, I can now select points, okay? And these points are editable. All of these act very much like verts or vertices in regular Blender. Or if you like, in Illustrator, why don't we try going to edit mode and going to curve editing? Now, this you should understand. All right. We've got these Bezier curves. I'm just going to turn off proportional for a second, right? Bezier curves, you understand. It's as if you've got all of these vector points that you can manipulate to your heart's content, really. But at the same time, you can draw just as freely as you like. Yes, Pashance. I'm playing Space Engineers at the moment, but I'm peeking over on my phone to check you out too. Love your live vid feed to usually and getting camera shy. Yes, I'm kind of a little camera shy because this is the first time I've used YouTube to do a streaming. And so I'm hopefully drawing and you guys are seeing what I'm drawing. My feed isn't updating as I draw. It's kind of like quite quite delayed. And now it's repeating. So I'm really trying one eye on the game, one eye on the education. Okay, okay. Thank you, Toxic Tuber. Yes, I will take your advice. All right. So what did I just do there? I put in a stroke that I really didn't mean to. What I want is the thumb to go there. All right. Boy, there's going to be a bit of editing in this speed paint, I'll tell you. So I have the mirror modifier enabled so that all I have to do is draw practically one half of this figure. Oh, could it be a bit louder? All right, let me see if I can. How's this? I'm just going to turn it up, or maybe I can just speak into the mic a little bit more clearly. Um, using my mixer there. Otherwise, it's all fine. Oh, excellent, excellent. No, this almost live feedback is amazing. Okay, I could get used to this. I'm not yet. Excellent. Sounds good. Fantastic. Right. So what am I doing here? Well, I'm basically using the mirror modifier to quickly fix up this refined sketch. Now I'm using these custom brushes. If anyone wants to have a look at this, it's using a graphite pencil texture that I made. And I've just tinted that using the vertex paint set to blue for the blue pencil. Now, a quick pimp here. I have just recently completed a grease pencil course that was requested by a group called Canopy Games. And on that course, I actually give these pencils. I'm just going to show this up for a second. This pencil blue here and this pencil red here, sorry, are two custom pencils that I created just for that course. And so I'm using them here to rough out some pencil sketches. What am I trying to do here? I'm basically trying to refine this sketch before I get onto the inking phase. Now, this is going to obviously some magnetic power that I'm sketching out here. To answer some questions, how does Blender feel compared to a traditional 2D program? You know, surprisingly solid. I say that because, but from a point of view that I use it a lot. Okay, and so I get used to the tools. Right. The added advantage is that you can sort of swing around in 3D like this, which is pretty awesome. Let's go back to the layers here and add in and inking. Oh, let's make that. An inks layer. Lock off the refined, but let's drop down that opacity a little bit, as well as the rough sketch. Should I keep the mirror modifier on for the inks? I think I should. Now, when I go into the inks pencil, the first thing I have to do is make sure I switch over to the solid stroke material. Otherwise, it's going to inherit the grease pencil material. Now, solid stroke is black, but I do like vertex coloring. So I'm going to make sure that the vertex color is set to black. Let's see what this radius... Oh, that's pretty thick. So let's drop that radius right down. Maybe, let's see. That could be better. Could be a little bit smaller still. Okay, let's work with that because we can always edit it. I need as too much as to drawing traditional. Okay, I think I might have disabled the stabilized stroke. I want that back, and I'm just going to set it to about 20 pixels. I love stabilized stroke because what it does is it gives me this like little bit of a lead in, and then it makes this nice smooth stroke. So when I draw, I can just get this really nice even line like so. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go into edit mode by hitting the tab. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set my screencast keys on so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Right, everyone see that. Excellent. Let's just bring this up here. We'll go into edit mode. Why can't I see my mouse? Probably because my world is set to white. So why don't we make... It's going to be Magneto, so something magnetic. Reddish. Let's go with some sort of a pink, but let's make it a nice dark pink, or eventually, so we can see the mouse down here. All right. Let's get back out of that curve editing there. I'm going to enable something called proportional editing. And what proportional editing does... Now, I've also set this to connected only. So only the strokes that are connected to any point will move. Okay. And yes, I do a heck of a lot of editing while I draw. So I do a lot of scaling and moving about just so that I can get the sort of the perfect line, I guess. Now this one's going to go into the center, so let's center that. Looking good. All right, why don't we work on Magneto's face here for a bit? Okay, so we've got this nose here, nostril. Not receiving enough video to maintain. Okay, hopefully it won't buffer too much. Okay. Now what I like with eyebrows is I rough out the shape and then I put in these very thin streaks here to make it look more textured. Oh, that's not thin enough. Oh wow, we got someone from Turkey. I miss travel, can I just say? And I absolutely loved visiting Turkey. Because course, we're talking, boy, when did I go there? 2006. So we're talking a very long time ago. But yes, it's an absolutely beautiful country to visit. I have no idea what the lag is between when you guys typing this and when I'm actually replying. Oh boy. Okay, so there's Magneto's head. This is good. Let's get his. Okay. Okay. There we go. Now, where should his cape emanate from? Probably from here. So actually, we should have that ring there, and we should have this cape coming out like that. Yeah, that's right. So this thing should be seen over his shoulders, sort of like a collar that he's got, the traditional Magneto. Blender is better because when you scale your drawing, it's not damaged by pixels or resolution as in traditional programs as easily claimed. Yes, that's true. That's why I liken it to a vector drawing program. So if you work with something like Inkscape or Illustrator, or if you're in Photoshop or even in Clip Studio Pro, you can actually enable vector drawing. It's not native, and like the thing is that okay, if you're going to mess about with using vector art in Photoshop and you're not used to it, may as well use Blender. I'm just gonna say that because there is a bit of a learning curve, right? It's not your usual way of drawing. Right. While you can paint strokes down and it feels very organic, right? If this is in real time, check this out, right? So I've got these gaps here on this hand. I'm going to go into the zoom in here using my middle mouse scroll here. I'm going to hit tab to go into edit mode, right? You can select these vertices and you can then move them around. And it is a very non-destructive way of, well, non-destructive. What do I mean by that? Not in the traditional sense, sorry. Non-destructive generally means that you can add a bunch of modifiers. What I mean is it's not resolution dependent. What do I mean by that? I mean that you can zoom in and out as far as you like, and the resolution of the vector is maintained. Now, the beautiful thing is that Blender does allow for some texture brushes. And so you can do all this sort of texturing and all sorts of fancy drawing that you might want to do. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to strokes and fills, right? These are strokes that I'm working on in inks, and I can later on create fill information to fill these in. Now, of course, in a traditional kind of comic book way of working, I like to create my inks first, and then I like to create my fills. Now, let's see. There's some questions here. I think you did not use East Express in Winter's. Possibly. Winter, it's a great trip. Yes, I would love to see Cappadocia by winter. You reply to my stuff recently. Instant relax, you're cool. Oh, great. Okay, good. So the chat and what I'm saying is fairly in sync, but what I'm seeing in terms of my preview is really out of sync. Okay, got that. Yes, vectors in Clip Studio feels really organic. They don't feel like you're working with vectors most of the time. Yes, that's the way it should feel. It should feel like you're using a nice brush pen. But at any point, you can go into any sort of vector information and mess about with the the points in that curve. Why don't we just draw in these abs here? Now, I've got another question here. Uh, which drawing pad do you use from J. Jesper? I actually have something fairly old. It is a Wacom Intuos Pro. Let's see. I think I bought it maybe a year or two ago to upgrade my older Intuos Pro. Look, a lot of people like to say, "Oh, look, I like this brand, I like that brand." Stop being a shill for big Wacom or whatever, which is fair enough. Um, I just have used the Wacom brand for a while, and uh, for my business, it's affordable enough, so I just sort of stick with it. But I hear there are some great substitutes that are much cheaper on the market. So, look, I'm not going to say Wacom is the best or anything like that. What I am going to say is that Blender generally can take the information from anything with pressure sensitivity. What I'm doing here is I'm just sort of like tabbing in and out of edit mode. Why? Because I like to refine my inks. Has someone made a bridge between Blender and Clip Studio? Could I put my hand up here, Project Atlas? Yes. In terms of line work, no. But what I actually do is I create some 3D assets that can be imported into Clip Studio Modeler. What is Modeler? Well, if you're a Clip Studio user, Modeler is something that you can download for free. What Modeler does is allow you to bring in 3D assets and manipulate them so that they are usable in your library. So if you're in Clip Studio, you sort of know what that means. Okay, there's his chin. There's his throat, neck. Okay. All right, so those are pretty much the ink, or the basic inks. Anyway, I'm just going to save this here. What am I going to do next? Let's see here. Let's turn off those. Let's refine these inks. Later, Bron. Thanks for popping in. Let's see. Have you ever used a screen tablet? No, I haven't. I tried once, and I was so used to using my particular drawing tablet that it was a little disconcerting. Although I could get used to it. The thing is the price point. A good screen tablet is about the price of a solid PC upgrade. So usually, if I'm just going to go, okay, you know what? I might splurge $1,500 on a screen tablet. Sure, why not? But I'll have to have a job that that can fund it, and B, yeah, look, I wouldn't say no. I have gotten used to the whole idea of working with a general sort of like a drawing tablet that's not screen related. Why is this? Well, a friend of mine who later changed his tune a long time ago, he basically said the advantage of one of these screen tablets is that you don't have your hand in the way, and that made a lot of sense to me. I thought, yes, you know what? I can draw, and I just have to see the point, and I don't have to see my hand. Okay, eventually I'm gonna have to delete this modifier or and yeah, it did make the same. Later on, he sort of said, "No, dude, uh, you've got to get a tablet." I'm like, "Yeah, all right. Look, maybe when I can afford it." So that's the answer there. Okay, so what am I doing now? I am editing this basic line work, and I'm really, 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 really hoping. How long have I been going here? Oh, about half an hour. Wow. Okay, cool. Really hoping that I don't run out of hard disk space. That is the worst thing to happen because I'm also recording this to do the speed paint video later on. Alrighty, let's get rid of that. Get rid of that point. Extrude this. Yes, in grease pencil, you can extrude points. How cool is that? You could treat the points very much like you would vectors. So I'm just going to right click here and subdivide a couple of times, and then I'm going to go to point, smooth points. Let's middle mouse scroll here. Let's blah, 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 blah. Should I answer some more questions here? Just press a button or two and you have your line work in Clip Studio. I know Blender and Clip Studio are used together a lot. Yes, yes, they are. As I mentioned before, like I have a particular way of working with Clip Studio. I do some comics in Clip Studio because it's just, let's see, how can I say this? Clip Studio allows you to create a template, and that template is fantastic for sending your work out to either PDF or webtoons or however you need to do it. In I while I like drawing in Blender, I would export the images and then use them in Clip Studio Pro or Paint. Sorry. Now this particular muscle, this should probably go there, right? And then this. Let's rotate this. Yeah. So what I was saying before is that in edit mode, as you can see up here, you can click on a vertex or point, as it were, and manipulate it as you would any sort of vertex in 3D space. All right, Magneto's helmet, you're getting a smooth. Ah, smooth. Let's get that down here. Is he looking all right? I think he is. 3D job where you were doing ages ago, a cartoon character space room. You created a bunk bed, did everything. Oh, you saw that? That was actually for a friend of mine. Yeah, look, I'd love to do more of that sort of stuff, actually. So, yeah, I'd modeled a particular set for someone, fairly, what's the word? Bespoke? Um, and he gave me permission to share that video, which was really nice of him. His name's Tom Delleringer, and yeah, we've been friends for a very long time. His comic work's actually pretty cool. You're welcome, Pashant. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Sped up, I've noticed. Most of your vids have been sped up, I've noticed. Awesome work, but not as personal, but awesome. Yeah, look, I'll put it this way. Speed paints. Let's see, I just got to ink spots. Okay, cool. Speed paints are performance art. You're not really supposed to learn anything from them except maybe technique. And what do I mean by technique? First off, let's apply this mirror modifier. Okay, we can't do that in that. Okay, let's go apply. Now we can draw. Yes, okay, mirror modifier is off. Yeah, speed paints are performance art. They're basically ways of getting people interested with a bit of a wow factor, right? You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to do this line like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into solid fill. We've still got our black. Yes, yes, we do. Let's shut down the brushes so you can see the little mouse over here. And let's see if we can do this. I'm going to put some reflective inking on the helmet. Now, this is going to be a bit wonky to begin with, but I'm going to show you why I love using Blender for this sort of thing. I'm going to rough this out. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Okay. Now that I've roughed out that shape, let's just go into edit mode. Link all, F for fill. Ink spots. I'm just going to drop the opacity here a little bit so we know that these are the ink spots and not the inks. Right. And as I edit this, right, we want that sharp. As I edit this, ooh, that's going to look a bit wonky, but that might actually serve a purpose. Shift select X dissolve. As I edit this, as I would say like a curve or any sort of shape in 3D. Sometimes my keyboard does not respond correctly. Let's bring that up there. What was I saying? What was I saying? Press the button. No. Bump head. Speed up. Yes, yes, that's right. The speed up thing is performance art, is basically to try and get the hits because people just go, wow, look at that, that's amazing, and blah, 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 right? It's not a tutorial, right? It's something to really grab attention, okay? You can sort of sit and watch or ingest a speed paint in minutes, and it doesn't feel like, I mean, you might take something away. Like you might just go, oh, I see. That's how he does inks, or that's how he does his fills, or that sort of thing, right? It makes sense from that kind of perspective. A tutorial is completely different. Hello, my buffering. A tutorial is definitely something where you're supposed to you know, show people the methods. And of course, you know, with my tutorials, I get a bit of a mixed bag. I try to be as clear and concise as possible, but there's always feedback, which is fine. It's fine, really. Why is it fine? Because you know, if someone doesn't get it, you know, I try to I want to lift them up. I want to make sure I sort of understand what their problem is, so that I can be a better teacher in a future tutorial. You know, yes, it can be frustrating. Oh boy, can it! But at the end of the day, they're trying to learn something. They've come here to learn it, and I wouldn't be much of a teacher if I didn't try to at least address the issue that they were having. My gosh, there's 42 of you here. Wow. Maybe this is the right time to do this sort of thing. What's the time here in Australia? Okay, it's about 9:15. I should do this around this time more often. Alrighty, so obviously I'm going to get some more inks in there eventually. What I need to do is I'm going to just pause this because I've been going for about 40 minutes. Let's see some questions here. Yes, Blender's strokes seem more like a line of vertices than that thing there's a vector line. That's true. I think in upcoming versions, they're going to be addressing that to sort of like have more of a type of a flow between the points. Yeah, they're more like edges. So I totally understand that. Yeah, that's my name. Patience. Okay. Patience. Okay, I'm going to call you Patience from now on. Hi, Jaraj. Sorry, I'm just catching up on these messages before I continue here. Oh, thanks, mate. Thanks, Patience. Yes, lunchtime in the UK. Maybe that's why it's a good time. Yes, here's little arm straps here. Arm straps. I've forgotten those arm straps. So let's go back to the inks layer here. Let's grab our pen. Make sure our stroke has got... You know what? I'm going to up the radius on that stability. And, oh, sorry, we need that inks layer. Oh, and we're still in the fill. No, we don't want the fill. We want the solid stroke. And let's, yeah, we'll leave it at 50 for now. So that, see, so if anyone wants to know how I do that smooth line, understroke, stabilize stroke. There's a little tick box there, and you can tell the radius and the factor for that stabilized stroke. The radius here is basically pixels around where you're drawing. So can you guys see that little dot has got this little line like a lead in? Okay. And as I draw, what Blender is doing is it's sort of interpolating any wobble I have within a 40 pixel radius, and then it's smoothing it out to its average. And so this is how you can get some very smooth lines. You still get thick and thin, but you can get these wonderful smooth lines, which I absolutely love. Okay, so there's one armband. Because I applied that mirror modifier, I want this armband to be different. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's do a couple more here. That's what Magneto has. Now, that cape is going to be slightly problematic. So we're going to need some sort of a barrier here before we draw or we fill anything. Now, we've got to make sure that we haven't got any gaps around the outside or really noticeable ones. The hands are usually problematic. They're good. They're good. Okay. Hi, all new newcomers. Okay, no, they're looking good. Okay, so before I do that, I'm just going to swing this around. Control 1. What I like to do is take a look at the flip side. Now, of course, I use the mirror modifier to do this. So, of course, the left and the right are going to be perfectly in sync for Magneto. All right, so what are we going to do now? We're going to do some colors. There's a colors layer there. All right. Now, should I... Before you go to sleep, how does Blender's 2D workflow feel compared to Clip Studio, and what tools does Blender have that you wish Clip Studio had, and vice versa? Ooh, okay. I'll answer this as quickly as possible so you can get to sleep, Patience. Right. Damn it, I can't answer that. Clip Studio is really, really, really good at what it does because it's got, it can lay out. You start by laying out, right? You got your page layout. It's ready to print from the moment you open your file. Blender doesn't do that because Blender is depending on your rendering. So what you have to do is set your render settings to your page or your panel. Now, maybe if there was some presets in Blender, sure, you have a page or panel type of thing that could work. But I wouldn't say there's anything in Clip Studio that I would like in Blender or vice versa. Um, if anything, it's not got to do with Grease Pencil. I know that's a cop-out answer. The reason is it's got to do with Modeler. I want Modeler to have more flexibility when it comes to dealing with 3D objects. If that was much more intuitive, I think Clip Studio would rock. It's so hard. So I hope that answers your question. You may now go to sleep. Alrighty, so let's see now. We've got some colors here. Yes, it's the fill. Right, so what I'm going to try to do here, I need to do a fill in Magneto's color, which is sort of like this burgundy. We'll try a couple here. But the first thing I have to do, now, how did I do this? Was it Control? I think it was. Yes, it was. Right, let's try this. Colors. Control, draw, Control, draw. Let's see now if this works. Minus, moment of truth. No. That's because it's still on solid stroke. Let's go solid fill. Yes! It worked! Amazing. Let's just undo all of that and let's try this again. So what am I doing? It's invisible right now. But what I'm doing is using my fill tool, I can actually hit Control and draw a line between lines. I don't think that probably did it properly. Control, draw a line between lines. Just one line there, right? Which actually puts this invisible barrier here. As you know, whenever you do a bucket fill, right? Let's do this. I'm doing a negative bucket fill. So if I click out here, it's going to bucket fill. Again, I did it on solid stroke. It's going to bucket fill on the opposite. Why is it doing that on the cape? I need it to fill the cape. Let's undo that. Let's undo again. Let's have that on solid fill. Okay, let's do this one more time. Control. Draw a line across here. And then bucket fill. You know what? I'm just going to work with it. I'm going to work with it. Oh boy. Okay. You'll tell me if you're sick of watching this and I'll just continue. Okay. Oh, yes, that's right. I should probably start recording again. Yes, that would work. Let's go into edit mode here under colors. Edit mode. Oh, that's a huge fill there. Right. Okay, so maybe we'll need the... Let's undo that. And let's just get rid of these. Let's go X dissolve. Link. No, why is that linked? Got a little bit of cleanup here, which is weird. Don't usually have to do a bit of cleanup, but here we are. Am I still streaming? I hope I am. Okay, that's that side cleaned up. Now this side. Da -da 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 -da. Let's get all of those. All I use. Oh yes, what's with this belt here? That's interesting. Dissolve. Clean this up. Oh, I'll probably have to edit this out of the speed paint. Oh, hello? What's going on there? Interesting. Very interesting. This is not cool. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this shape. You know what? I'm not going to do it the hard way. I'm going to take this, bring it down here. Let's bring it down here. And there we go. All right. All right, that's most of Magneto there. I don't think I was notified you were streaming live. Yes, sorry, patience. No, I didn't do a notification. This was just basically a test. What I might do is in future, I might do a notification, say I'm going to do a live stream. Now, I've got a good, healthy set of viewers right now, so I might do this this time in future. All right. So, oh boy, we've got some weird stuff going on here, don't we? We've got to do a bit of cleanup. Unlike this. Dissolve. Let's grab those vertices. Have to push these in. This is not cool. I'm a little bit disconcerted by this. I don't really like doing a lot of cleanup when it comes to that. Maybe it was a setting that I had mistaken. Now, why am I doing this and not just sort of bringing it down to the cape already? Well, the reason is that it has to be a bit of a clean outline first. This is definitely not clean. Look at this. Oh, it's possibly because I had my pencils up and my other stuff up. Grr. Stupid me. Here I am trying to teach people how to do this right, and I'm not doing it right. Always the way, isn't it? This stuff gets edited out of the speed paint. Believe me, so much goes wrong. There's so much hair tearing and crying and screaming and gnashing of teeth. This is why I was like really nervous about doing any sort of speed paint. It was like, you guys, you're gonna get this warts and all. You're gonna get all my mistakes. Oh, what am I doing? Reading here. If this and click you join programs or yes. Oh wait. Someone said something about Liara. Someone said something about Liara. Do I have to scroll up? Because I am a huge Mass Effect fan. Someone said something about Legendary. Have you tried the Magnet Fill Tool add-on? No, I have not. What is this sorcery of which you speak? I'm going to have to look that up. Because yes, I do sadly work the long way. It takes me ages. But, you know, it is all sort of worth it in the end. Okay. Almost there with the first color. Now, why am I doing this one big color fill? Well, what I generally like to do is to create some sort of a mask. Because anyone who's worked in Photoshop, Clip Studio, Illustrator knows the value of masks. Right? And I'm about to show you the value here. Right? What I might do is I might just make this single monotone for now. Why? Well, because I want to get on to the next step, which is sort of shading. And if you have a solid mask, shading becomes a piece of cake. Yes, I will set up alerts in the future, I promise. I really want to see how this goes. This is really a testing ground one, patience. Yeah, because I look, I'll be honest, I've never used YouTube streaming before, and when it gave me all the prompts and everything, I was like, okay, look, let's give this a shot. Let's try it out. No, no, that's not that. Um, and yeah, yeah, I'm going to get better at this. It's something that I aim to do in future. I think I put a poll out, and I don't think anyone's put up no as an answer, not even as a joke, which is kind of, yeah, kind of cool. Oh, look at that! Look at that! It's fairly clean. Oh, hang on, what's going on around his head? Yes, that's right. We're gonna have to take away those rough sketches. Oof, this is gonna be a bit of a cleanup. Okay. Tell you what, if this live stream drops below, say, 15. Let's say 15. I'll say, oh, look, I'll call it a night and I'll continue recording this down. You can all see the speed paint. But yeah, look, it's this is actually pretty overwhelming. Like to have around 50 people on an impromptu live stream. That's guys, you rock. I'm so glad that you're here for the ride. Um, really enjoying the interaction, the comments, all of that stuff. I'd be so happy to do more of this in the future. Like I'm trying to experiment with different modes of interacting with you guys because I know you're out there. I know you're out there, and I really love putting this stuff up. I love the interaction. I love the comments. Just the general vibe of the audience that I've managed to procure here is just so cool. The new game looks awesome of Mass Effect, but the textures on the characters could have been better. Oh no! No, don't tell me that. This is supposed to be legendary. This is supposed to be like the quintessential version, and you're telling me I'm gonna have to wait for like beyond the day one patch? Oh, typical EA. Right? Am I right? All right, this is probably going to start a huge war. But should I? Should I get Mass Effect on my PS4? Yes, I'm still on PS4. I've not upgraded to PS5. Can't afford it just yet. I just forked out for a massive upgrade, which has sort of gone wrong. Um, PS4 or PC? What say you, commenters? It's all good, patience. Oh, this is fun. It's all in good fun. See, I got a friend who's also very obsessed with it, and I think he's locked himself away from the week for a weekend because he won't return any of my messages. He's just like every now and then surfacing for air, and I think he's just sort of messaging me wherever he goes to the toilet because he got it. Man, getting a few YouTube errors here. I really hope it's not affecting the stream too badly. Yes, this is really tedious stuff. Okay, how about we do a little bit of shading? Shall we jump onto the shading? All right. This is how I do shade. Let's say that this is a monotone and we're going to do a bit of shading. I like to add a shade layer. I like to bring this around 0.25. Set my fill area of fill tool to black. Ink pen, solid fill. Yes, that's good. Okay. And then I begin to fill. Okay. I'll go back and do the rest of the colors later. But the filling is basically this method, right? Right. You just draw shapes. And what I like to do is I prefer a continuous stroke to getting the stroke right. Oh, here's an interesting question. While I draw, I'm going to try to answer it. I'm probably going to have to refer you to some stuff, and yeah, look, I can't get a hand free to put some links in, so you might just have to Google this. Okay, but the question is, this is off topic, but I'm getting started in animation, and I'm really interested in learning Blender Grease Pencil from scratch. But which display tablet should I use if I am on a budget? Oh, no, that's actually an easy one. Any you can afford. Why do I say that? Because, look, if you've never used a tablet before, you still have to get used to the whole process, right? And so if you find one for under $100, look, I would use a bamboo. Are those things still around? The bamboo, the Wacom bamboo? They used to be like 99 or something like that. But if there's a different brand, get it. Um, so long as it can connect to your computer or PC, Mac, whatever you're using, Blender is going to be fine with it. Now, most of them now get really good responsivity. Is that a word? It is now. Um, like pressure sensitivity used to be that, oh, you needed like 248 layers of pressure sensitivity or 4096 or whatever. Even the most basic ones come with a set of pressure sensitivity which is phenomenal. So, like, if you just get some cheapo brand tablet, like some Wacom knockoff or whatever, um, it's probably going to perform pretty well with Blender, so long as you can get it to connect to your computer, right? That's the key right there. If you can work with it in your computer, you can work with it in Blender. Now, I was doing something before. I was going to say that I was going to use the color layer as a mask. I've got a shade here, masks plus colors. What this means is that now I can do shadows anywhere and it won't show up outside of that mask. Hey, someone's got a bamboo. Yes. Yeah, it's portable, right? You can stick it in your satchel and you can go drawing out in the world. It's great. Look, I'm not really bound to any particular. Oh, look, here's some other mess. How did I make such a mess, guys? How did you let me make such a mess? I blame you. No, I don't. I'm just kidding. Yeah, yeah. Look, the bamboo is portable. So, like, if you've got a fairly small laptop or something, and you just want to do some sketching, whatever. The other thing you can do, like, no, actually, this is not Blender related. So I was going to say something like, what's it called? Procreate on the Apple um, iPad? Yeah. You can get these amazing pens which have great pressure sensitivity. Right. I sort of simulate it, fudge it, whatever. But like if you've got an iPad Pro, jump on Procreate, and then you basically got a tablet and drawing tool in one. That stuff is just amazing. Hello, what's that? Right. What I wanted to do was to get rid of all of these so that I can get the cape. Dissolve. Why dissolving there? Oh. Actually, let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you down to here. Is this working? Yes, it is. We want to get rid of that. And we want to get rid of that. And we want to go dissolve. F. right. Now we've got, there we, oh, no, little bit too much. There we go. All right, now we've got all the Magneto covered. Excellent. I'm getting the best. Wow, I've almost got 60 people watching. Jesus, I better do something really amazing. Okay. Why don't we continue with the shading here while I answer some questions here? Hang on. Get out of the magnet strokes. Mass 1, Mass 2, Mass 3. Oh, someone's talking Mass Effect. Yes, I can get totally distracted. I have a bamboo. It's like 15 years old. Hey, if it works, if it is working, awesome. Seriously. Like I had a 15-year-old Intuos, and it just got scratched up, right? So it was really difficult to work with. I mean, it still works. I gave it to my daughter, and she uses it on an old Mac, and she loves it. But I just needed something that was a little bit fresh, a little bit new. Uh, 15 years old. That's portable. I have to be monitored and covered. Yes, I like portable too. Good price. Huon, that's the brand. That's the one. No, you can't compare it to Wacom. Um, yeah. Wacom is sort of like, do you search engine or do you Google? Do you draw with a drawing tablet or do you draw with a Wacom? It's just one of those things, isn't it? Okay. Yes, that shadow's looking good. Should I just do some highlights and maybe do a duotone and then call it a night? How about we do that, huh? Although this is the perfect time. I mean, look, I've got, oh my gosh, I've got 60 people here. Where are you all from? This is amazing. I was not expecting this turnout on such an impromptu drawing, but I'm glad you're here. Hi, welcome everybody who may have just joined. I'm doing a speed paint here for. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, the way my speed paints work, I get my Patreon supporters to vote in a monthly poll on what they would like me to draw. I generally pick a theme, and in this instance, I did two. I did like a feeler one. I went, look, do you want this topic, that topic, this topic? And it ended up that comics won out. And somebody suggested something really, really cool. Because I said in the comments, I said, oh, look, I'd really love to draw the X-Men. And they said, why don't you mix it up and make the poll about X-Men villains? And I just thought, brilliant. Yes. So I put up a bunch of X-Men villains. For a while, Sabretooth was in the lead, and I've done a speed paint for Sabretooth, which will be out this month. But Magneto tied for first place. So instead of thinking, oh, should I do a tiebreaker? I just thought, what the hell? I'm just going to do two speed paints. And then J. Scott Campbell came up with an awesome challenge, and I had to do that. And so now I've actually done 3 speed paints this month. Lucky you guys. Oh, that shading's looking good. Okay, got to get some shading on his face here. But what I really, really need to do is get some colors here. Why don't we get something? Yeah, okay. This is what I do. Like I said before, I prefer a continuous line in Blender because then I can just manipulate it with the edit tool. Now I'm going to show you guys a trick here. What I do to isolate a particular shape, because you're drawing with shapes here, really. Am I missing out on... We're from the freestyle tutorials and manga shaders for sure. Yes! Hi, Jay Severa. Or, yes, Severa? Yes, I think so. I had Union, but 2 of them broke on me, so I got an X Pen. Oh, interesting. So many more brands now. This is really exciting, you know. Like I'm not sponsored by Wacom or anything like that. I mean, oh boy, if I was, boy, I wouldn't put ads on my on my YouTube videos. I'll tell you what. And boy, would I be a shill for Wacom if I was. Did I say that out loud? Is this stream going to go? Yes, it probably is going to be recorded and all that. What was I saying? Yes, no, but I am loving that there are different brands and they're doing a really good job. I mean, that's ultimately, you know, I am a big proponent of whatever works, stick with it. Like if you find a tool that you love using and it does the job, but, you know, so what if it's not industry standard? Look, I just completed a job for a fairly big ad firm, and they were working in Photoshop and all that sort of stuff. Now, I do have one foot in the Adobe suite. I use After Effects, right? Why do I use After Effects? That's because After Effects can pretty much read any Adobe file. I don't have to own a copy of Photoshop. I can open up Photoshop files in After Effects if I needed to bring them in, because it's generally for motion graphics. And so they were none for the wiser, but I did all of my 2D work in Krita. Yes. I did any 3D stuff I need to do in Blender. And I edited in DaVinci Resolve. So how's that for sticking it to the Adobe man? Although if Adobe's watching, love you guys. Yes. Like I said, yeah, whatever works. If you've got the Adobe suite and it's working for you, stick with it, because you can work faster in a program that you know. I happen to know Blender. I happen to know other ones. Now, this is Magneto. What was I going to promise you? Oh, yes, that's right. So I'm going to make another layer here. I'm just going to leave it blank there, and I'm just going to select that shape. M for move. Let's move it to that GP layer. And use the tint brush. Where is it? Tint. Let's select a different color, and I'm just going to tint Magneto's face. There we go. Much nicer. And then I'm going to select that, move it back to the colors layer. Maybe we can get rid of that GP layer. And let's get that. Am I missing out on any questions here? Man, there's just more people showing up. This is awesome. Hi, everyone. this is phenomenal. Every time I'm thinking like, oh, it's going to peter out. It's going to peter out. I can go to bed. I can pay attention to my wife. Nope. No, not going to happen. All right. So what I want to do here. Let's call this colors 2. And let's give that the colors layer as a mask. Why? Because now what I can do, check this out. I can bring in, oh, that's not the color I wanted. I chose this very deep burgundy. I can go, okay, that line needs some work, but if I just do this, da 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 da, see that? Really cool. Very cool. Now I got this inks. Oh, that was a colors thing. Is that under the colors? It is. Let's get rid of you. What are you? And what are you? Okay, let's go back here. Bring that back. Okay. Now we need to do these armbands. Slovakia, yes. Damn it. Love you, Magneto. I would say add a background. I only came like 15 minutes ago. Oh, yes, the background will be coming. Don't you worry about that. If I don't get it to this live stream video, you will see the background in the final. I promise. So I need to do this. Go to edit mode. F. Okay. Let's just move it, massage it into place. Okay, yep, there we go. Oh, there we go. Because they are vectors. All right, that should do it. Okay, now, because these are flipped. No, it won't work because I did these separate. All right, I'm going to have to draw this. Have you seen Magneto defeated by a wooden gun? No, but I am laughing just thinking about it. Actually, have I? Oh boy, if there's something I'm going to have to YouTube tomorrow. And up and across. And his helmet is this color too, isn't it? Yes, it is. Now, do I? Nope. What I do is I get rid of you. Inks and ink spots. They're visible. Okay. Let's try. Yeesh. Where's the hole? There's a hole here somewhere. All right, you know what? I'm going to do it the hard way. Yes, I'm going to do it the hard way. Where was I up to? Wooden gun. X-Pen is nice. Yes, I'd love to have something like an iPad for drawing, something portable. Yes. iPad Pro, dude. Girage, iPad Pro. Have you ever drawn a roided up elephant going to the river to fish? No, but I really, really, really want to now. Do you use Godot? I have no, because I'm not into game programming. I really, really wish I was. I mean, I get the attraction. Have I even done this right? No, because it's all in the fill tool. We don't want to do that. We want this pen tool here. I'm reading. I was listening to music and this started playing. Guess I'll draw along with the stream instead. Hi, Minty. Yes, please do draw along with this instead. If my dulcet tones are in any way a good substitute for some lo-fi beats or whatever it was you were listening to. Maybe death metal. What was Misty listening to? Wrong guesses only. Massage these into place. Yeah. It's not as exciting as watching Photoshop painters, is it? I mean, look, I love drawing in this, but I know I'm just like moving a lot of verts around and stuff, and yeah. But it's so good to have your company. Oh, we're dropping finally. Yay. All right. People are going to bed. Okay. Well, let's read a few more of the comments here. Used to do a lot of body editing in Photoshop back in early 2000, and then I think they went Adobe Photoshop, but I did not like it at that point. I think Clip Studio is awesome. Yes, Clip Studio is the bomb because they constantly have sales and they don't expect you to pay for the new versions. I don't know if anyone knew that. You can basically just paste your old code. This is perfectly legal, by the way. I'm not saying anything illegal here. I'm not saying this is how you hack Clip Studio Paint. This is exactly how they operate, which is fantastic. Yes, you can just paint your post Copy and paste. That's what I was trying to say. Copy and paste your old um, registry code or whatever the code is into your new version, and it works just fine. No, seriously, it does. How do I know this? A guy called Brad Geiger told me. And if anyone is not about using illegal software, it's Brad Geiger from the Comics Lab podcast. I definitely recommend that podcast for anyone who's listening. Sync company slips you over 3D too. It is simpler than Blender, hence the reason. What? 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 The Clip Studio company does a 3D piece of software? Dude, feel free to post a link, man. I'd be interested in seeing that. So if you're talking about Modeler is a free download for anyone who uses, I think, I could be talking out of school here, anyone who uses Clip Studio Paint or X or whatever it is. Right. That's the reason. I can't draw, so I model and animate in Blender with a pixel art shader that adds the shadows, then renders out each direction. Yes. Uh, heh, 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 heh. Do I dare? Do I dare? Yes, I dare. Yes, I actually create a comic shader, and I will be working on an update soon. As soon as I can get the time. See, I just went through a week of hell trying to upgrade this PC for work right in the middle of a job too, if you can imagine that. Just things are just starting to die, and it just needs a little bit of tender loving care. But where was I? I was talking about upgrade. No, yes, that's no, I've forgotten my train of thought. Damn it. Yes, I do a comics shader. Right, yes, I do. That's the dark burgundy. I think the cape has got to be burgundy too. So why don't we... Have I paused this recording again? Yes, I did. Okay, let's unpause. There we go. All right, so let's go. No, something's not right. That's white. Colors. Let's go with colors 2 here. Yes, that's right. 1, 2, 3, and there we go. Damn it. What was I? Yes. What is your music preference? Do you listen to music while working, Jura? Yes, yes, I do. My music preference. Let's see if the concurrent viewers drops when I say that my music preference happens to be synth pop. It went up by 1. Okay, yes, I listen to a lot of synth pop. I have to say that I kind of discovered synth pop through Spotify, fairly random playlists, and I'm a big fan of Gunship. I actually own a couple of their vinyls. Their vinyls are very cool. Okay, that's not going to work there. And it's really rough. Bleh. You're a bad drawer, Paul. Yes, synthpop is what I listen to. Oh, it's just dropped by 7. Other people are going to bed, or they just went, synthpop, you suck. Do comics myself funny enough. I will publish at some point, but starting the comic, I will just need a reason. For now, I just stream and upload until I get enough reason to show off my work more. Yes. Yeah, look, dude, just get on ArtStation, show your work. You don't actually need a following these days. I think what's more valuable than a following is a network. Jump on a couple of Discord servers that have to do with common interests. You're probably going to get more inspired by the people around you rather than, legions of faceless fans. course, you guys here are not faceless anymore, are you? No. Actually, listening to J-pop. Yes. Look, I do have a soft spot for J-pop because I have a couple of kids who are very into it, and so that's our afternoon listening of a drive home from school. It's MOHO. I'm out of here. It's the music. Right. At least someone admitted to dropping off. Thank you for coming by, J Jasper. Synth pop sounds pretty good to me as background music. Yes. See, I like to use things that don't have vocals, or if the vocals are just, you know, part of the music, so that I can concentrate or concentrate just enough. I think that's the trick. If I get into my old kind of grunge soundtrack from the 90s, woof, there's showing my age. Nirvana, Pearl Jam, all that sort of stuff. Uh, I'll just get sucked in by the music and I won't get any work done, which sucks. And you want to get the work done. We're down to 36 now. What did I say? 15? I'll hang around a little bit longer for you guys. And of course, the final speed paint will be up later this week. I actually have a good friend of mine composing some music for the speed paint. When he heard that I was doing some X-Men villains, he's like, dude, I'm all over that. Let me compose you some music. And so, who was I to say no? He's really cool. He does some amazing soundtracks with some really cool bits of kit that are just like black magic to me. He's got some nice little analog synths. Is that even a thing? Gosh, analog synths. What I'm saying is like it's not digital synthesizers. It's little bits of tech that make noises, and then he records them, and he just does these amazing things with it. And so he's done some stuff for me. Blender can do. Oh, have I skipped something? No, I could draw to that. Yes. Bendix says Blender can do many things, but one thing that I want to confirm is that can you create 2D animation in Blender, lip syncing it all the way to video editing in Blender? Actually, it is, because look, just look up anything by Danny Lara Martinez, or Danny Martinez Lara. Yes, the guy who basically runs the grease pencil thing. His Instagram is amazing, and some of the stuff that you can see there. I'm just sort of hang on, just sipping drink here. Yes, you can do that, and then you can use the what's it called, the VSE editor to do your video editing once you've rendered out your clips or your sequences or whatever. Shade, here we go. We need to shadow up some eyes here. Yeah. Personally, I wouldn't rely on Blender to do the whole thing. Why is that? Well, look, not to get into the whole old adage of time is money, but time is money. And what you want is a program which is the best at what it does. Now look, DaVinci Resolve is free for the most part. The only bit you have to pay for is, I think, some Fusion filters or something. But as far as the editing component goes, you can do it all for nothing. That said, it's very much like Clip Studio Pro, or Paint. Sorry, I keep calling it Pro because I'm used to just all the Pro programs. In that, DaVinci Resolve is like the whole paid version of it is what 400 and something Australian dollars. So what's that in? Oh, did anyone hear that? In US dollars, it's probably 350 something US dollars. And all your updates forever are free, and you just manage to unlock all of the goodies within it. Not that you, and if you don't use it, if you don't use, Fusion compositing or whatever, then don't bother, just stick to the free one. But I would do my editing in a dedicated editing bit of software or app. It's just my personal preference. Render everything out from Blender, sure. Um, the VSE is fun, and there are plenty of tutorials out there about the VSE, but it's almost like learning a whole other program. Okay, look, I think I've got. Oh, look, let's just get. That's right. I haven't shaded the hand here, but of course the hand is going to be glowing, isn't it? So we're going to need some shadows in here. Oh, have I even got that working? Shade, yes. Does this work? Yes, it does. Okay, that's oh, I'm skipping out of. No, I'm out of here. It's music. I've missed something. You would be a great. Okay, yes. Right. Got to get back to work. Thanks for the stream. Looking forward to learning more grease pencil from you. You're welcome, Ashley. I'm glad you stuck around. See you next time. I remember you saying, Patience, aren't you supposed to go to sleep? I remember you saying in one of your streams you listen to synth pop. I like it. I know it's nice, but I have not really listened to much of it yet. And add some somehow in the streams or recommend. Okay, just Google gunship. Yeah, gunship is pretty much uh, what synth pop is. Grimes is more cyberpunk. I'm not sure of the definition exactly, but she definitely appears on a lot of synth pop stuff. If you're into that series, Love, Death, and Robots, if anyone has seen that, synth pop features in that. Basically, it's a kind of an 80s inspired aesthetic of music, right? But done with sort of very modern um, instruments. So yeah, I listened to Gunship. The Midnight is good. Uh, who else? And then if you've got a Spotify playlist or anything like that, do you guys want me to show you or share with you my Spotify playlist? I'll tell you what. I'll post it in my community page because look, I'm gonna I'm gonna do this. Hang on a second. If you'll just bear with me, I'm just probably gonna have to. Uh, recording. Oh, it's paused. Excellent, excellent. Okay, let me see here. I've got synth pop favorites. Link copied to board. All right, let's try this. Let's see if this works. Oh my god, it's an embed code. I'm a classical man going to bed. Okay, see you, Philip. Relaxing stream here. Yes, lo-fi beats are also really good to draw to, I've got to say. All right. Ah, boy. Gosh, you guys just keep coming. This is really cool. Actually, let's see. Look, I'm gonna see if I can delete this horrible comment. Can I delete this? I can't delete it. No, I can. Let's see here. Remove. Yes. Okay. Let's try this again. Link copy to keyboard. Aha! If anyone uses Spotify, there it is. Who's calling me sus? Is someone calling me sus? Okay, Gerard, there it is. This is sort of my collection, and I kind of add to it every now and then. So yeah, look, if you want to sort of try some tunes out, that's sort of what I work to usually. So if anyone's interested, of course, if you don't like synth pop, don't bother clicking on the link. And yes, I do add to it periodically. All right. So here's the shadow. Oh, where's my stream here? Oh, we're down to 38 here now. Okay, guys, what do you say? All you commenters, should I call it a night for now, and should I do the rest of the stream in the in the in the thing? There's a gunship fan. Awesome. All right, you know what, guys? I'm going to call this a night. This is where Magneto got to. He got to shading. Yes, probably talking to you guys while doing this, and not distracted me, but has certainly slowed up the process a little bit. So I will continue this process, and I'll get the backgrounds in and everything. Um, and up on the speed paint. But if you guys want me to do this again, I will try to. Yeah, look, I'm going to schedule a live stream probably around the same time of day. And look, let's see. Today's a Monday for me. If this works for you guys, I'm happy to jump in. But for now, guys, look, let's just call it a night, and I'll be back on next. Oh God, we're getting more viewers. Can I go? Can Looking good. Oh, Peter Palmiotti has jumped into the. I can't go now. Thanks, Peter. Is this artwork for a client? Kind of. So, for those of you who are just tuning in, the way I work, let's go with the highlights layer next. Here's the way I work. I'm going to get a mask in there. Colors. There we go. Oh, no, we don't want that. Boom. I was just saying, yes, the way I work. Every month, I put up a poll on my Patreon for my Patreon supporters. And they can be the basic ones, like anyone who is on Patreon gets to see this poll, right? And I just say, what should I draw this month? And I generally try to theme it. And this month's theme turned out to be X-Men villains. So I put up a poll, and some of the choices included Emma Frost and, let's say, Mystique. Kind of like drawing Mystique. Magneto here, and Sabretooth. Now, Sabretooth was winning out for a very long time. And then Magneto, in the last few moments, ended up tying. Now, instead of saying, let's do a redraw or a recount or something like that, I decided to do. Oh, there we go. Hard light. Oh boy, doesn't that look good. Yes. Hard light is it. I just decided to go, you know what? I'm going to draw both. And that's what happened. We got Peter. Yes. Awesome. And thanks. Nice one. Full chained up to the live stream. Yes, I am chained to the live stream. It keeps every time it dips to around the 30s, I just go, oh, maybe I can call it a night. Maybe I can, you know, pour myself a glass of wine and sit back and watch some Love, Death, and Robots or something. And nope, it just bumps right up. Okay, someone's left. Someone's been very. They left because I said that. Oh boy, it's funny. Do I? No, you know what? I'm not going to do the lights like this. I'm just going to do it on this part. because I'm going to do something really, 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 really cool. Ooh, I'm Team Wolverine. Yeah, awesome. I'm Team Wolverine. Yeah, me too. I kind of like Wolverine. I'm a big fan. If there was ever a cosplay that me and my daughter were going to do, oh my gosh, you guys got to see my Spotify playlist momentarily. I'm just getting that bit. Yes, sorry. If ever there was going to be a cosplay that me and my daughter were going to do, it would be Old Man Logan and Laura. My daughter would be perfect for that, actually. Okay, so look, this is really, really basic, but what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get out of object mode, and I'm just going to do something real quick here to show you guys how I do the effects. Okay, I do this. I go add light, and I get a point light in there, right? And because let's stay here. Scene lights. There we go. Right, because we're in 3D. Right, we can move that light up. Let's go to light properties. Let's make this nice and powerful. There we go. Right, so this can now maybe go up here on the helmet. And by just moving in the Y direction, I can change the amount that that light affects. So that looks pretty cool. That kind of glowy effect. Let's bring this down to here. Now, we're definitely going to need some lights on the hands because he's going to have magnetic power going. Right. There's going to be one here, but I'm just going to need to move that back a little bit. Maybe I will change this to the color of what the electrical energy is going to be. Sort of like a bluish color. Let's make this nice. Yes. Oh, yes. That's going to look awesome. Right. So what I'm doing is I'm just actually using lights here. Right. Oh, right when I do the exciting bit, it drops down to the 30s. Be free, Paul. Be free. This is the perfect time for Europeans. Yes, it is. Mm. I'm gonna have to look up the end of the movie again. I'm gonna have to watch it again. My daughter's not old enough to see it yet, so I don't know. Like she's only about 10 and a half. She would make a perfect Laura cosplay, though. You know, right? So you see, I put those lights in there, and then I go back, and then I just go, all right, let's drop in another layer, and let's call this magnetic effect. Right. And we'll go into draw mode. And we're going to make this sort of a bluish, electric blue. Electric blue. Yes. Why don't we bring back our rough sketch so we can see what we were doing? Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. And here we go. Actually, no. No, no, no. What I'm going to do. What I am going to do, because this will glow as well. Hang on. Modifiers. The glow's not that. No, it's in effects. Glow. Yes. What we need to do is create a new grease pencil layer. So I'm going to go Shift A, grease pencil, blank. Excellent. Let's call this effects. And let's new layer. We draw. We got that. Ink pen. Yes. Okay, good. Yep, that's that. So we need to draw using the ink pen. Oh, hello. We need materials on here. So let's bring in our solid fill and bring in our solid stroke. There we go. Okay, we're going to use a solid fill here. Okay. The perfect time for Europeans, true. Old Man Logan. Oh, we're dropping down 36, 35. Would be cool if you could paint mask to paint drawing more reactive to light. Yes, yes, you can, Girard. You can. I'm not going to watch anymore. Okay, maybe in the next live stream. Okay, let's just draw in for you. Here's his magnetic powers. Okay. We just draw some blobs around here. The old school cartoons, Peter Wood. Oh my god, we're back up to 40. Jeez, who are you people? I'm never getting away. The later it gets, the more time zones we manage to snag. Yeah. Peter Palmiotti would remember the old Golden Age, Silver Age, the old original X-Men drawn by Jack Kirby. Magneto had all those concentric ring circle type stuff, and now we can get all nice and wobbly. So now, okay, so I've done these few magnetic effects. Okay, they're very basic, but now what we can do is we can add a glow effect, and we need to be in viewport shading for this. Let's get the scene world in there. So you see that, right? Let's drop off those, right? There's our glow effect. We can get our samples up, and we can make it a nice big glow like that. We can do an add color, maybe. No, let's go with luminance. Stick to regular. Then we can just like play around with the opacity here, right? And so now these glowing effects really work well. Right. Okay, so let's go back to the Magneto layer and get rid of our rough sketch, right? So, oh, hello. Our magnetic effects are way back here. We need them in front. So, yeah, that's better. Right, that's working a lot better. How's that? Huh? Yeah? Okay. Alrighty. 35. Okay, guys, I really am going to end the stream now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this recording and I'm going to speed it up into a speed paint tutorial, not tutorial, speed paint video that's going to last about 3-5 minutes. None of this voiceover is going to be part of it, but thank you all for joining. This is fantastic. I will try to schedule the next stream for next week. Next week? Next month. Look, I'm going to try again next week because I want to get the hang of this. And really get good with it. So thank you guys for hanging out. I will, yes, I'll be in touch. Thanks so much. And yeah, look forward to the thing, the thing. And if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to my channel. That's the usual. Bye for now. Okay, end stream. Yes, end. Woof.